If only predictions ever meant that you will make money. I'll explain to you why I'm saying this at the end of this video. Indian exports are on a rise, and the COVID has not impacted the exports from India. The impact of zinc corrosion on the economy of India, and few quarter four results announced by the Indian companies. These are a few topics we'll be trying to understand and discuss today. Hi there, my name is Hitesh, and I welcome you all to Daily Market Updates by TradeBrains. If you're new to our channel, please comment, like, and subscribe on our videos, and please don't forget to press the bell notification icon. So let's begin our discussion with the biggest update for the day. So the Indian exports has hit $7.7 billion in the first week of June, which is actually a very good number. Even after the pandemic situation, the exports haven't reduced, and the global economy is in demand of Indian goods. To put things into perspective, for the first 3 months of this year, the Indian exports were a minimum of $30 billion on monthly basis, and the month of March recorded the highest volume, that is $34.45 billion. Now, what are the factors which are actually contributing to the Indian export rise? The first being that the Europe and USA have been able to tackle the situation of the COVID in the first wave itself, which is where the economy has opened up and the demand for Indian goods are on a rise, and that has actually majorly contributed to the rise in Indian exports. So looks like there's a lot of positivity surrounding the global economy, and once India is able to overcome the situation of COVID, the Indian exports should also be on a rise and actually contribute to the upliftment of the economy. Now, ever thought that zinc could be a major factor for the reduction in the GDP on year-to-year basis? Yes, the International Zinc Association said that 5 to 7% of the Indian GDP is lost due to corrosion of the zinc, which is actually a fascinating factor because if we are able to control the corrosion of the zinc, it could actually go a long way in actually uplifting the whole level of GDP. So all the important bodies who are part of this zinc unit have actually urged the government and all the regulatory bodies to take a very important account of that and try to control the situation so that the GDP is not impacted by just the corrosion factor to the tune of 5 to 7%. And now moving our focus on to few quarter four results. So Petronet LNG, which is actually a major player in the energy sector, has actually missed the estimates of the streets. Although the numbers look much better than what they were in the previous year, same quarter. In the previous year, same quarter, the profit was 373.2 crores, which rose to 637.9 crores. But the street expected better performance from them. The major factor for this decline has been the impact of lockdown, and which has actually taken a toll on the total volume which has been used by the Petronet LNG. Even the market reacted negatively to it. At the close of the day, Petronet LNG share price were trading 8% down from the previous day close. So looks like we could be heading to next level of supports in the market for Petronet LNG. This actually still is a very good stock. Do let us know if you're a holder of Petronet LNG shares. We can discuss more about it and try to figure out what are the levels to watch out for Petronet LNG. Union Bank of India had a very good quarter results, and they posted a net profit of 1330 crores. And to add on to that, their asset quality also has improved. In the previous year of the same quarter, they had a losses of 2500 crores, which actually has turned to profit in this quarter to 1329.77 crores. Now, what are the major factors? The major factor being that the NPAs are coming down. The NPAs has come down from 5.49% to 4.62% in this year. So looks like it's the season of public sector banks and they have all been producing very good results barring one or two. So overall the picture looks nice, and once the situation of the economy opens up and when everything gets back to normal, we should be seeing robust growth in the performance of all the public sector banks also. Prestige Estate had a very good quarter four results. We normally don't say that the real estate companies have produced very good results, but Prestige Group is able to turn things around and they have done relatively well in the market. In the previous year, same quarter, they had a profit of 15.4 crores, which has jumped to 1336.33 crores. Yes, you heard it right. They have multiplied their profits many folds. So now, what are the factors which have contributed to it? The pre-sales volume has improved by 35%, and their overall sales have gone up by 53% on year-to-year basis to 1554 crores. The street actually was very happy with the performance. They rejoiced the fact that the real estate company has done well. And at the opening of the day, the share prices were up by almost 8% for the day. But at the closing, the share prices closed about 1% down for the day. This could mainly be also because that the street absorbed the good results and profit booking happened post that. Now, this is actually an IPO news. This is Sona BLW. It's a precision forging company, and they've also decided to come up with the IPO. The value of the IPO will be 5,500 crores, so it's a very decent size IPO, and the price band is fixed between the pricing range of 285 to 291. The IPO opens up on Monday, so do let us know if you want to discuss more about Sona BLW. We can have a complete research and analysis and come out with the conclusion as to whether this stock will be investment worthy or not. Overall, the company looks strong and their product is well accepted in the market. Now, moving our discussion to favorite part, that is a number crunching part. Nifty, Sensex, and Bank Nifty had very volatile day. The market had a lot of in and out for both bulls and bears in the market. The market kept going up, coming down, going up, coming down, but eventually bears had a say in the market. I had told you at the beginning of the video also that if only you got paid for their views. The reason I said that, if you remember our discussion yesterday, we had said the market has actually formed a bearish pattern on the candlestick chart and the market has closed below the trend line. So which means that the sentiment of the market looked like there could be negative bias coming in the market. And that is what happened. The market eventually came down and we saw bearish momentum come in the market. The level of 15,800 has become a very critical level of resistance in the market, and which is where we are seeing maximum level of open interest building up. I'll be discussing more about that in detail in the later part of the video. And on the lower side, the market looks like heading towards the first level of support, that is 15,400 to 500 zone. So do watch out for that level. Sensex also had a negative day. It's lost about 330 points. And Bank Nifty also had a negative day. It lost about 0.8% for the day, and which was 285 points. The top gainer for the day were Power Grid, SBI Life, and NTPC. And the top losers for the day were GAIL, Tata Motors, and Adani Ports. Now, what are the factors which contributed to negative momentum in the market? Why did the market decline today? The first was technical factors and options expiry. I told you yesterday in the chart also there was a negative chart formation which actually played today, and at the opening the market gave you a decent entry, and if you are patient enough you could just keep trailing your stop loss and ride on the gains. And option expiry, there's a lot of open interest building up to around the 15,800 levels, and which has shifted to 15,700 levels, so which is where it looks like the market will find it difficult to go above those points tomorrow. And on the downside we see 15,500 levels could become tested very easily by the market. Profit booking, it normally happens when the market has forms a bit of bearish pattern on the chart. We see a lot of bulls exiting their profit and they wait for a dip to buy. I'm not saying that the market has become negatively bearish or negatively biased. There's a dip coming in the market, could give us a good decent opportunity to buy near the levels of support. And weak Asian markets, all the Asian markets ended the day in red, and which is where the momentum rubbed on to Indian equity market also. Now this is the daily chart of Nifty. If you just discount the candle on the right hand side, we told that the market had a negative bias and it closed below a trend line, and which is what played today. The market did manage to go up above yesterday's high but couldn't breach the trend line on the upside, and eventually made a new high around the 15,780 levels and gave way on the downside and closed around the 15,640 levels. Now the level of 15,700 becomes very critical for the market on the upside if they want to have a bullish momentum coming on the upside. But if the market manages to trade below the 15,550 levels, we could be heading towards the level of 15,400 very soon. So that is it from us in the daily market updates. If you have any doubts, any queries, any comments, any suggestions, put everything in the comment. We'll be more than glad to implement that and act upon that. I thank you for your patient hearing. I'll again see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.